All right. A couple of things off the top. I think I finally figured out what was causing my streams to occasionally stop. I think it's only really happened once in this series where I had to split up a couple of vids. It just had to do with the Norton software that I was running on my computer. So it seems when I turn silent mode on Norton for the duration of my streams, things seem to be going fairly smoothly. So hopefully I've figured it all out. I shall outsmart my Helpig HD PVR. It's the last darn thing I do. We're starting off here in a brand new chapter, Chapter 13, Marooned. We've essentially found Libertalia. We have found this famed land where the fortune of Henry Avery and 11 other pirates supposedly is. It's this idea of paradise. I guess supposedly the pirates built this supposed paradise. We don't really know a lot about it other than there is really $400 million involved. We've essentially just been following a series of clues that has taken us from the United States to the Scottish Highlands to Madagascar and Kings Bay, and now islands just off the coast. So, but finally, Rafe's hooligans and Rafe himself presumably have caught up with us. Chased us on our boat to this island that we discovered off the coast that is supposedly Libertalia. And so they are hot on our heels. I think things are going to get fairly intense. I think that is kind of foreshadowed with the incoming storm that is hitting the area. So I think just the whole mood, everything is going to turn very dark very quickly here. But hopefully we can get our hands on everything before Rafe gets his dirty hands on the treasure. This is Wheatfish Plays, and this is Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, Unlucky, Part 13. I have a feeling things are gonna. Have a feeling we're gonna jump into things right away here. I don't think we're really gonna get much time to even take a breath off the top. So definitely stay tuned.
I gotta get off this beach. Sam! Sam, can you hear me? Maybe farther up shore.
So the first scene of the game is this frantic boat chase scene that we just did again. We didn't really do it the second time. It just kind of flashed through the sequence of events really quickly. But it ultimately leads to a larger, one of Rafe's larger boats crashing into the side of our little boat, knocking us off. And clearly we have become separated from Sam. We don't really know what Sam's status is at the moment. So that's kind of where we're at. Visibility is pretty low with this storm, with this downpour. I'm just having a quick look for any potential treasures and trying to scope out Sam's location as well, of course. We've hit a dead end here. I have nothing on me right now, no weapons, so that's definitely going to be one of the first steps here, getting something I can defend myself with.
First things first, get to higher ground. First rule, higher ground. Find out where you are. Sam, come on, answer me! Shit. Sam, goddammit! Sam!
Looks like the exception here is my grappling hook and flashlight, so thankfully I was able to hold on to some stuff in that crash. So this is definitely higher ground. This is kind of what Nate wanted to find, just so we can kind of get our bearings here. If we look to the right of our screen, I've mostly explored that entire area of beach there. I came up with absolutely nothing, not even a treasure. Clearly there's no sign of this storm settling, so that's going to be a problem for us. Probably throughout the next couple of chapters it'll present some risks. It makes everything just a touch harder, especially in an extreme downpour and thunderstorm like this. So really we're going this way to my left from where I'm standing right now. We'll head sort of up the rocks we can see in the distance there. You know, we kind of crashed and woke up on the beach. You'd think Sam would have probably done the same, washed ashore unless he drowned, but I mean, I think that's probably worst case scenario here. So he's probably conscious, he's probably awake, and probably maybe doing the same, looking for me. You can see how much this has physically drained Nate just by his movements. Climbing up on ledges is a more difficult task for him. ATM at the moment. I love those small touches. Seeing him physically drained.
Sam! God, our supply box. Oh, fucking guts. Of course. Everything's gone. Maybe that's a good sign. Maybe Sam took it.
So that's our supply box from the boat. It is empty. It could mean that everything just kind of washed away, but it seemed to be closed. So, and you'd think it would be secured pretty tight initially while it was on board with us. So Nate presents a good point that Sam could have already come by and collected the gear. Or Rafe's men very well could have as well.
Right side, can't lose anything else besides my life. Talking to myself, that's the first sign of crazy. Okay. I'm alright. I'm alright.
Another view from atop here, kind of get our bearings, so we can pretty much rule out everything along the beach here cleared in terms of exploration, in my opinion. Minus, you know, we may have actually missed a treasure or two, but I feel pretty confident in the area I covered. Came up with nothing. Still, Sam is the main package here. He's the real deal. That's what we gotta find.
Oh shit. Just push through. Just push through. Oh no, come on. What the hell with this place? Damn it.
Again, the rain presenting another challenge with everything being super slippery. I have to really watch where I'm climbing to. I can't make the same kind of long jumps that I would do when climbing up the sides of you know, large rock faces and ledges. See, like I can't jump across there like I normally would. We have to literally go from handhold to handhold, just making small movements because everything is slippery, and so the physics are a little bit different here. You can see once again there, a little bit more strategic with how you climb. I like that. That is something that I was missing from other Uncharted games, as far as I can remember. Sort of that the rain mechanics where it makes things slippery.
Keep going, gotta keep going.
Another challenge solved though, no big deal. We'll just have to continue to keep that in mind when climbing going forward in this level. Okay, I guess when he said high elevation, he meant more like that mountaintop over there. Okay, good to know. Still got a ways to go. Okay, so jumping period is pretty much a no-go when you're on ledges here in the rain. I would have thought that Rafe's men would have caught up with us by now already. That's why I said at the beginning I thought it would be pretty explosive out of the gate with the gunplay, especially because there hasn't been a lot of gunplay over the last few chapters or so. But, oh man, that's got to be so cold for Nate. He's caught in the runoff. Oh! God damn. Oh no. Not good.
S. I. Sic parvis magna. Sam. Where are you? Crap.
Okay, so looks like a pretty significant amount of time has passed, likely in the hours. The storm is over. Still pretty cool because Nate is probably soaking wet. I wonder how many times Nate has woken up in that exact same situation in his life, going on all these adventures where he's kind of bottomed out, gone unconscious, and then woke up and you're kind of scrambling like, where am I? Wonder how many times Nate's gone through that in his life. I have a feeling it's in the dozens. Doesn't look like we dropped anything. We were trying to climb up the rock face above us here, slipped, fell. Lucky we caught a message being sent from afar, likely Sam, using signals with their flashlights. So looks like we still have an objective. We're kind of just
get to that creepy mountain.
Picking ourselves up again. I think honestly Nate just needed a little bit of rest, and traveling when it was raining like it was, like, it's really not worth it. It's really just a detriment to yourself. You're really just putting yourself in danger when you're continuing to try and trek on. You know, we noted the physical appearance of Nate. He seems to be really struggling, given the circumstances and how things unfolded. I think he just needed to call it quits for a second and now pick things up again here while it's clear.
Just stay put, Sam. I'm coming to you.
Based on that jump, it looks like we're kind of back to full capacity physically as Nate, and obviously the slip mechanics while climbing are no longer a thing now that the weather has cleared, so should make getting around a bit easier than it was to start the chapter. Basically just trying not to miss anything. Thing about Uncharted and finding collectibles is you don't really need to go everywhere to find them all because they flash for you. So you don't, you just have to kind of pan the camera and just really keep your eyes open for any sort of flashing. You kind of start to get a feel of where they're going to put them anyways. It seems like I'm kind of going out of my way or the wrong direction. Just don't mind me for a minute. Really though, again, I haven't really come across anything in the treasure department, so we'll continue going up. I was already partially up, but I'll have to start anew here. So this is the top of, or a top. Oop, is there something in here? Aha. Can you say treasure? I'm surprised he's not using his handy dandy flashlight. No way, really? No treasure, eh? Wow, that's surprising. Oh, there is, however, a post at the top where we can Utilize and employ our grappling hook. Oof. Another neat little crevice going this way. I'm sure it all probably leads to the same area. We're at the grappling hook. Yeah, it all just leads out to where we were. Okay. They've definitely made this Uncharted more open feeling than other Uncharted games, although it is still linear. Kind of like Call of Duty. Call of Duty did the almost the exact same thing. I mean, their levels were extremely linear. They just opened them up so that they felt more like an open world. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's still point A and point B, and you have to go from point A to point B one way or another. So another grappling hook can be found just up here. Still no treasure. You can almost start to get discouraged when you haven't found one in a while, thinking, oh man, I must be missing a ton of them. But we've actually found the last 3 in a row. And I mean, I'm just coming up with nothing. I'll tell you. For the last couple chapters, I'm not used to not having anybody traveling with me, right? There's pretty much always been someone with me, whether it's Sully or Sam or Sully and Sam, and now it's just me again. So it's definitely a bit strange. That's why I'm trying to fill the silence with a little bit of commentary. I guess
Up we go.
we kind of just have to keep going up.
Oh shit!
Not again, Jesus.
That's a long way. Long way down. Whoa. Yeah.
The ledges and grab points that Nate is using to traverse these big cliffs look a lot more natural here in Uncharted 4 than they have in previous Uncharted games as well. Notably, it looks kind of like a rock climbing wall, but it just looks more natural, just suits the face of the cliff a little bit more. Before, they would have like little yellow ledges that would really stand out, but they really looked unnatural over the course of the game. So another area of improvement.
Rafe. Damn it. Watch your back, Sam.
You can see Rafe bringing in the cavalry, a set of 4 boats, almost like a destroyer, and 3 like small rafts behind it, but obviously full of soldiers. So Nate just wishing Sam the best. We're obviously a lot better off together. Twice the firepower. Just don't want to see Sam die for a second time, alright? Is that too much to ask for? again, we're heading in this general direction. That kind of strange, creepy-looking mountain, as Nate referred to it as in the distance, is our ultimate destination, and hopefully we can rendezvous with Sam along the way. So again, more or less just kind of
Now what?
traversing the level, trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B again. Sort of utilizing what we have available to us. And again, I think a lot of it is going to be with the grappling hook.
That should hold. Let's hope. Please work, please work!
Okay, alright. You know, first time, most times, is practice anyway, so we'll give that another go. Thanks to Uncharted's impressive checkpoint system. We can start right here.
Let's hope.
So last time I jumped off with the camera facing the wrong way, so I couldn't really see where I was going. Then I just kind of kept swinging it back and forth. I kind of lost my bearings. I think that's kind of where we have to get to down there. So I have to jump off, hold the rope steady so I can slide down, and then swing again and get to that platform if you follow.
Please work, please work!
This is as far down as the rope goes, so have to just do our best to get the most distance.
Didn't expect.
I honestly thought I had the distance covered on the first jump. Apparently not. So there's a cave going this way. There's nowhere else to go from the exterior, like the face of the cliffs, so we're kind of going inside these natural cave formations. Always great places to venture.
Whoa. Where to now?
That's up for you to determine, Laura. I mean, Nate. God, you're not even a woman. This is just back outside. We essentially just went in a circle. So going up there doesn't really lead anywhere. I think we have to go sort of this general direction. I'll tell you one thing that has not changed between Uncharted games. Nate's balls of steel. I mean, for real. I don't think I've ever seen Nate wussy out on anything, and he's been through some pretty incredible stunts, so I mean, here he is again in his supposed retirement doing stuff like this. Hope that's what I'm doing in my retirement. Or maybe not. Maybe I hope I'm not doing that in my retirement. I don't even know. Yeah, and this just leads to the outside, so sort of a dead end. Again, with no treasures. At least if you're gonna put a dead end there, put a treasure there or something. God, man, I got hiccups.
That's not reassuring.
Three crosses. Jesus, Dismas, Gestus. Also nautical symbol for shipwreck. No quarter for thieves is what's painted on the wall, presumably with blood. No quarter for thieves, written in English. Nautical symbol, three crosses. Someone was killed here. The sword that killed them still going right through their abdomen. Not a great way to die. There's our handy dandy flashlight.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Jesus.
You'd think that would become increasingly fun the more you do it throughout the game, because you get a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable. No, not at all. No bueno, no fun, no good.
Oh, refreshing.
So we have a little alcove over here with some wildlife. And our first treasure. Damn, it's actually a neat little telescope. So we actually missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 treasures since the last one we found. And I'm sitting here going, whoa, yeah, we've definitely been everywhere. No, pretty cool finding this one though. A spy glass. Huh. That's a very pirate-themed collectible to find, no doubt. So we have an exit going this way out of the waist-high water. But there was a few different directions to go here. It's just a dead end this way. Alright, yes, so we have to go through that exit. The thing, though, about the flashing collectibles is then they start to get tricky with hiding some of them, which is how I probably missed the whole series of them that I did back there, or throughout this chapter so far, the 6 or so. They'll conceal it in really tall and thick bush, which really obviously conceals the flashing, and as well as underwater. So you can see it, but you have to be a lot more fine when you're looking to actually catch it. So it increases the difficulty level that way.
Bad luck, huh?
March 20th, 1808. I confronted Burns this morning as we were making preparations to leave the caves. Our crew and food stores diminished. I demanded we return home so that we might return with more men, more supplies. Burns laughed, and repeated his mantra. The treasure is within our reach. So this is, again, another letter from this group of pirates that, like us, 200 years ago tried to pursue this famed Henry Avery treasure. This is kind of chronicling their journey and a lot of the struggles that they were going through, which are some of the same things that, we're struggling with now 200 years later. Anyways, the treasure is within our reach. I held firm. Even if we were to find Avery's stash with one ship remaining, we shall barely have enough room for ourselves on the return voyage, let alone any Hindu gold. I turned to First Mate Hayes for affirmation, but he backed away as though I had the plague. Now Burns approached me, a smile on his face, urging me to consider the good of the expedition, that I not foment dissent among the crew. The threat behind his words was plain. I suggested that perhaps I needed rest and retired to my camp. To hell with these fools. I have no intention of dying here. My only legacy, words in that man's book. Ironic, because that's how it ended up. Pretty much. If Burns believes this place to be Libertalia, if he wishes to go on, then he and the others shall go on without me. I shall break from this group at first light. Let us see how they fare with no navigator. This was obviously his fate. His words. An account of events did stay on this island, unfortunately, as a part of the myth. There's some sort of a map on the back of this handwritten letter, however. We're going to put it in our journal for safekeeping.
Poor bastards.
This Burns guy that is pursuing the treasure is a relative of one of the guys I believe that was supposedly involved in the fortune of 12 pirates. His grandfather or something was one of the 12 pirates, which is why this Burns fellow, Joseph Burns, I think, was the original pirate. This is, like I said, I believe his grandson. That's why he's so invested in this treasure. It's kind of similar to how Sam has become so invested in this treasure. He's basically spent the last 15 years in jail for it. Rafe, same thing, has become so invested. People get so involved and caught up in trying to get their hands on this, it's basically just greed, and they suck a lot of other people in with them, and it's just a cataclysmic series of events, really, that leads to the unfortunate downfall of all the people involved. It's basically the curse of Henry Avery's treasure. This fortune may very well exist, but ain't nobody gonna find it safely anyways. You might find it, but you're gonna die shortly after.
You trying to climb up there? In those boots? Pretty sure you don't need this.
Reach towards a porous surface and press square to jab the python in. We've collected a new sort of item to use. This is interesting and something that really they didn't flirt a lot with in other Uncharted games, is carrying different items that can help you. This is essentially going to be something that can help us climb in areas where you otherwise would not be able to climb and traverse. So this is kind of interesting that we have like an inventory. We have the grappling hook, we have the python now. You can see, there you go, now I can get up to this higher ledge. Okay, so it adds even more strategy to the climbing game here.
Yeah, it's working. Almost there.
Okay, so it has to be a porous surface. Obviously, a softer sort of rock surface for the python to be able to be jammed in, for my own safety to hold my weight. So here's an example of an area where the python is not going to work because it's obviously not porous rock. Okay, so I think porous rock is, you can see that area of rock where there's all those like circular indents sort of, and it's a darker sort of area of the rock. So I had to sort of jump up, quickly jam the python in, and then he held on and I was able to get up. Okay. So now, and I just tested this out here, I can jump towards a porous rock surface and in midair jam the python in, and it grips and you're able to hold on. So if I'm desperate and need to make a long leap across, that's another way in which the python can come in handy. You might see me utilize it in that way multiple times here in my playthrough, as I just demonstrated there. Again, any treasures around here? Like, really, though? I'm coming up dry everywhere. Are we getting closer to this creepy mountain?
It's just a hop, skip, and an enormous leap away.
Looks like we've probably made up about half the distance. Whew! That means we still have a ways to go.
Something maybe. Movement along the tree line.
Well, that's thick jungle over there, eh? It's all moving. I don't see anything.
Damn it. All right, everyone. False alarm. But keep an eye out. Let's go.
Hey, and our first human contact in the chapter. Not very positive one, though. So I saw the vines hanging off the side of the cliff there, and I thought that I would be able to grab a hold of them. Note to self: can't grip onto vines. Holy moly, this is not working out well for me. I thought for sure he would have grabbed a hold of something there. Alright, so as far as I know, we have two mercenaries just above us here. Let's try and do this for real. There's an area that I can go down below. Maybe we should take the low ground first, just to see where it goes.
So with one of them to get spotted, the elder brother, he shot a couple of our men and ran off. The other one's alive. Until we find a body, I'm gonna go with yeah. How'd they survive that wreck? They keep getting lucky. Well, luck eventually runs out. You'll see.
Luck, my friend, has nothing to do with it. Their conversation, however, confirms that Sam is indeed alive. And we have a rifle. Damn, I feel like freaking Rambo crawling around the forest, for Christ's sakes. There's a few areas that I wanted to check out here. Okay, so... Holy crap, I totally lost my bearings here. Where am I right now? I was so focused there on just taking out all those guys and trying to make sure that they weren't sneaking up behind me, because I didn't know how many there were, and where they were coming from. I guess we'll just try and head in the direction that I think is forward here. I'm really lost. I can't really figure out which direction I came from. It's because it's not just as easy as going left to right or up and down. It's, you know, we're climbing and taking all these crazy different routes and jumping, and this seems like a new area. Oh shit. Trying to go back and collect as much ammo as I can from dead bodies, and also just again try and have a quick look around here. I've really lost my bearings. I'm basically going forward just based on where I'm finding new enemies, and obviously that's how you know you're kind of heading in the right direction. So we have to go this way. You can see there's an enemy in the far distance there who is trying to see what the hell is going on, but they've lost visual with me. This area going this way is where I came from. I know about that much, but I was jumping up and down and grappling, and there's so many different cliffs and ledges, and so hopefully, I'm hoping I was able to cover the majority of the area here, but I think it's best so we don't get even more lost to just kind of keep going here. Ammo can sometimes be hard to come by in Uncharted, even when you're playing on light difficulty like I am, and even more so when you're playing on more difficult settings, of course. Ammo management has always been a big key of Uncharted, and here so again. You know, when it's best to use the pistol, go with that. You know, it's always good to have a rifle with you. I like to switch it up every once in a while. This is more of almost like a, I guess it is a rifle, but it almost kind of looks more like an SMG. Reminds me a little bit of the MP5. Okay, here's an interesting new rifle. Let's give this one a try at least. It's full. And it's also got sights on it, so let's go with this one for a little bit. That's the rifle I already had, the HS-39. The intense music has stopped, which suggests to me that we've probably cleared the area of threats. That's a grenade launcher, the China Lake GL. But guys that carry grenade launchers also carry grenades, so I'll just take the grenade and not the launcher. I've got 3 out of the possible 4 grenades that I'm carrying with me right now. Again, looking for these little yellow beams of light that will lead me to more ammo for both my pistol and my main assault rifle. There's another assault rifle, the FAL, the FAL. I'm gonna hold on to what I have though. I like it. It seems like there's low recoil, pretty good sights on it. I'll take it. I'm not too picky when it comes to choosing guns in Uncharted. It's, like I said, it's more so ammo management than it is gun management. Typically you can only carry, I think, 3 different kinds of guns plus a special knife. I think that's how it's always been in Uncharted. No, maybe I'm wrong. Like 1 on for each button on the directional pad is typically the idea and how it's set up. One thing that I will give credit to for Uncharted once again is they always do have a fairly wide variety of guns, and it feels nice mid-level switching to like a grenade launcher like here and just blasting the crap out of enemies with that for a change instead of the typical assault rifle pistol regime. Feels good. An ammo box, and there's their logo again. There's a sniper rifle. There's like 3 or 4 different pistol options just in the immediate area that you can choose from, as well as a number of different assault rifles and sniper rifles to use as your main sort of assault rifle. This is what I mean about this area though, is there's all these cliffs. There's some porous rock I could have used my python on, or piton, whatever it's called. Lots of these sort of secluded cliffs and areas. Looks like I can actually go this way. So I guess this is the way I'm supposed to be going. I don't really have any sort of a map or anything like that, so it's Yeah, because we can't really get. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Where to?
I don't know if that was just like one sort of secluded mercenary camp back there where they just happened to be set up in the path that I was coming along, or, you know, maybe they're out on patrols and there's tons more guys in the area. I'm not sure what I'm really up against here. We saw him moving more boats full of men in. They haven't found our bodies, so they know we're still out here. So again, oh Jesus Christ. We have to be super careful. Cheap jump scares. God damn it, Naughty Dog.
What's this?
Another letter. To whoever finds this note, know that Jonathan Burns, erstwhile leader and financier of our expedition, has murdered me and others for want of Avery's treasure. This once again follows the narrative of all the letters that we have found so far. He worked the crew to the point of exhaustion, promising them glory but bringing them illness and starvation. He bound a man to a mast and left him to die. We actually saw the remnants of that back on the beach. And then I witnessed the bastard push our navigator to his doom for daring to speak his mind. He found me making preparations to leave for home and confronted me. I brandished my pistol and informed him I was returning to England, where I would inform the world of his deeds. And when I turned away, the blackguard shot me in the back and fled into the jungle. I returned fire, but I am not certain if the bullets hit their mark. My time grows short and my hand weak. In the absence of earthbound justice, I beseech you, pray to God above that Burns pays for his treachery. Signed, Walter Hayes, first mate of the Suffolk. We've actually heard a mention of this Walter Hayes first mate character from some of the previous letters. He ultimately perished in this
Wow, that is pretty dark.
long shot quest that this group of pirates went on, and now
Sounds like Burns' crew
we
had
are.
about as much luck as me with this treasure.
Yeah, exactly. He's had about as much luck as me with this treasure. So that's Jonathan Burns, once again, relative of Joseph Burns, who is a pirate involved in this fortune, in Libertalia.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No. Holy shit. I nearly shot your head off. Sam, you're okay. Yeah, nothing I can't walk away from. It's good to see you're alive, little brother. Come on. We got a treasure to find. Hold on, man. I mean, what are we doing? What do you mean? I mean, our supplies are at the bottom of the Indian Ocean. Okay, so we go steal some from Nadine's army. Yeah, and there's that. We're going up against an army. We've been holding our own so far. While being marooned in the middle of nowhere. We were trying to get here, remember? We had an escape plan. Just hear me out. Crazy suggestion. Let's go down there and at least secure one of Rafe's boats. The boats can wait. You want to know what we're doing here? We are buying my life back. Okay, and we're going to do that by stepping into that jungle and finding the battalion.
Have you even seen any signs of a massive pirate colony? Because I sure the hell haven't.
It's a little late to start developing doubts, don't you think?
But can we at least acknowledge the chance that maybe Avery's idea for a secret pirate utopia didn't pan out? And maybe we're just swept up in this fantasy, when instead we should be looking for a real way to save you.
I'm gonna scour this island inch by inch if I have to until I find that treasure. Now, if you're confused about what you're doing here, then you can go home, Nathan.
Wait. I can go home? Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea what I put on the line to get you here?
About what I put on the line, okay? The last 15 years of my life.
This has nothing to do with that.
It has everything to do with that. What?
Holy crap.
You still want to go home?
Let's just see what else we can find.
A bit of a tense exchange there between Nate and his bro Sam. Once again, sort of questioning, or Nate really the one questioning why they're here and why they're going through all of this danger for what could really be just a myth after all.
It's this way.
I'll be damned.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, let's just hope the rest of it isn't buried under centuries of dirt and rock.
Glass half full, if you please.
This is a pretty peaceful place on the surface anyways, if you forget that there's a horde of angry mercenaries on the island as well. But this is really the first signs of civilization that we've seen, and it's just sitting out here in the middle of the jungle, all overgrown.
Sam, up here.
I'm coming.
It's like the Garden of freaking Eden.
Well, no one's home.
This place has seen better days, huh?
Yeah, the roof could use some work. Let's just hope it doesn't come down on our heads. Sam, this way. Yeah, that's not happening.
Hey, Nathan. I think there's a way through here. Come on, this way. God. Musty. All this crawling is a good workout for my quads. Ugh, feels good to stretch out again.
Yeah, you said it.
Hey, another treasure. Not too bad. And we've only missed one since finding the spyglass. I'm kind of getting turned around here again. There's so many different areas and different routes that you can take. So hopefully I can sort of find my way back to Sam here. These are obviously buildings in which people haven't resided for a very long time. Very run down. You can see this whole room is slanted and crumbling. Can I get up and out of here or nah? Yeah, some levels I feel like we got like 7, 8 treasures per level. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This whole chapter we found 2 to this point.
Hey, there's a way out.
It's too high, even for a boost. Let's find something to stand on.
There's a crate. I got an idea. Here we go. Heads up!
All right, we're in business. Holy shit. Nathan?
You got something?
You're gonna want to see this. What do you see?
No houses, wide street. Clearly a commercial district of some kind.
Yes, thank you for that, Nathan. Come on. What do you see?
You just want to hear me say it, don't you?
Really want to hear you say it.
All right. Libertalia.
Libertalia! The long-lost legendary pirate utopia discovered after 300 years by one Samuel Drake. And his younger, slightly less charming brother who happened to be tagging along for the ride. You know, I always knew you'd make something of yourself one day.
Yeah, just so you know, it's not my first lost city.
You should just enjoy the moment. So where you want to start?
How about that building right over there?
Oh, you mean the one with the massive guard tower?
Yeah, I say we go see what it was guarding.
Works for me. This is... I mean, I'm speechless.
Again, I'm finding sort of one chapter per stream to be like a really good length. We're at like an hour and 13 minutes right now. Ooh, an hour and 13 minutes in part 13. Ooh, scary. I know. So we're going to hop into the next chapter, going into our next stream, part 14, which will be chapter 14. It also makes sense, too, now that I'm running whatever the part is in my series is also sort of the corresponding chapter within Uncharted 4. It's kind of cool how it's all lined up like that as well. So now that we've crash landed on this island that supposedly had Libertalia, all the clues certainly led us here. A still doubtful Nate stumbling through the forest. Finally, we meet up with Sam. He almost shoots our head off, but you know, we have a little moment. There's some more doubt expressed by Nate towards Sam. Sam is still hopeful. He's still going all out. No holds bar for this treasure. I mean, his life is sort of on the line here, so again, still much higher risks than Nate, but Nate still has a lot of risk as well with Elena back at home, very concerned about him. Obviously, she knows the circumstances now, but still not a great situation all the way around. But then we happen to stumble across the hidden location of this famed Libertalia. This is it. This is what Henry Avery and all his pirates afforded and built this city supposedly of paradise where their entire fortune was invested, and hopefully a good portion of that fortune is still here. So it looks like next time we're going to be exploring Libertalia, but I mean, we were just fighting the mercenaries not that far back. So hopefully they're not going to follow our trail right to Libertalia as well. Otherwise, we're essentially just revealing the location of it to them. So again, I don't know going into the next chapter if it's going to be more gun-oriented. We started to see some more gunplay towards the end of this chapter, but still like not explosive gunfights. It's been a lot of just sort of exploring areas, you know, moving around and sort of being strategic about how you're getting around, and that's sort of really, you know, the best way to sum up the last couple of chapters. But it's been a blast nonetheless. Join me again for part 14. Make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already, so you know when all the remainder of my Uncharted 4 vids drop. Make sure to start a discussion down below too. I haven't seen too many comments just yet on these videos. Don't be afraid to drop me one down below. Let me know how I'm doing. Just talk about the game in general. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below as well. And I will see you on the other side.
Damn shit, Nathan!